And anybody who's baked before knows that a brioche dough is a rich dough. It has plenty of egg, it has plenty of butter in it. But it's the way you mix it and the way you age it is what makes the difference between a chewy bread and something that's cake like. So in our cinnamon bread, in our brioche cinnamon raisin breads, there's not only recipe, but it's process as well. And when we first debuted these, we it was almost by mistake, I should say, that when I was originally finishing these breads, and the way they're finished is that you take melted butter and you brush the breads typically and get them nice and moist. Butter, by the way, after you pull any type of bread out of the oven, if you want a soft crust, while they're hot, you want to coat them with butter. After they're coated in butter, we take a bowl of cinnamon sugar and we just roll them in the sugar so you get that finished product. But one day, and again, it was by mistake. A lot of things around here happened by mistake. I was doing that, and I accidentally actually dropped the whole thing in butter. And I picked it right out. And I noticed that I got butter on every side. I got it on the ends. I got it on the bottom. I let it drain. But then rolling it in the cinnamon sugar means I got sugar on all sides. Now, for me as a baker, what did that mean? That mean I got a consistently great looking product. I got coating on all sides. But most importantly, one of the things that we worry about here at Jimmy the Baker is that when this goes in a box and it's shipped across country, we want it to arrive to you like it was just baked. And so I found out that by doing that method of coating it in butter first and then rolling in sugar, kind of preserve the skin of the bread, if you will. And that gives you an even taste throughout the bread. It gives you even texture. But my pride and joy is what goes on inside the bread. Can I show you? So here we go. We have, it is a great slicing bread, and I want to show the swirls that are only accomplished through what we call hand braiding. This is the all cinnamon. As you can see, there's no raisins in it, but you're getting those swirls and you're getting that great texture through a couple of means. One is we make the bread today, we make the dough today, but we don't touch that dough for 24, sometimes 48 hours. And we let the eggs and the butter and the yeast and the sugar do that slow, romantic dance, if you will, in the refrigerator overnight, sometimes 2 nights in a row. If it was up to me, I would do it for 2 full days. But sometimes we want to speed things up to get them out. But 24 hours is the minimum that we will allow, that will keep a dough to age before putting it in process to bake. So it's a 1 pound loaf, and you should be able to get at least 10 slices out of each loaf, 10 sliceable loaves that you can toast. I love to microwave this bread. You take a slice and you simply put it in the microwave for a short 10 seconds, and you'll find that the centers and the outside caramelize just enough. You don't really want to do like the cinnamon roll for 30 or 40 seconds and get it all soft and gooey. This is a delicate bread. It's a richer bread than the cinnamon roll. And treat it nicely, and it'll add a new dimension to flavor. By only microwaving it for about 10 seconds, you'll see that the butter notes come out more, the cinnamon notes come out more. And those of you who know me know that I'm a big fan of competing and complementing textures and flavors. And that little 10-second burst of heat will do it just fine. If you choose to go over that, it's not that it's gonna taste bad. You might just taste more cinnamon than you will butter. So 10 seconds in the microwave, it'll tell you, it'll be like a bread that you've never tasted. Let's talk about what you do when you get them. All the breads arrive to you. They are individually bagged. What I prefer that you do with all of my baked goods is as soon as you get them, put them in the freezer. They last the longest. I frankly have never had anyone call me up and tell me that the bread went bad in the freezer. We advise 60 to 90 days. Hopefully, they're not going to last that long. If you come into my house, odds are you're going to find 2 or 3 of these in the freezer and one of them actually in the refrigerator. So it'll last 7 to 10 days in the refrigerator. Again, it's not going to go bad. The eating quality might be a little tad different after 10 days, but it's sliceable, it's microwavable, it's something that you'll enjoy, and certainly you want to toast it. Let's go one more time. Okay, Let's go through it one more time. Cinnamon bread comes to you, M61252. You're going to get 4 breads, all raisin, all cinnamon, without raisin, or a combo. Normally $43.64. Today it's a savings of $3.88 for $39.76. That's the price is going to go up at the end of the day, and you're getting 3. It's on Easy Pay, which is a great thing. 3 Easy Pays of $13.22. And we do have an auto delivery option on this, don't we? We do. We have auto delivery. Ships every 90 days for 1 year. So if 4 loaves can last you 90 days, have at it. Anyway, let's look at this one more time. What I love about the raisin bread is it comes out, it bakes up a little more dense. The raisins, in baker's speak, if you take the total weight of the dough, we add 15%. Now, most bakers will add 10, if there's 10 pounds of dough, most bakers will add anywhere between half a pound or a pound of raisins. But I love raisins. And yes, I know some of you don't love raisins, but those of you who love raisins would be happy to know that we put 1.5 pounds of raisins for every 10 pounds of dough. This makes the bread really dense. It also makes it on the sweet side. It makes it on the dense side. It makes it very sliceable. It actually holds the sugar a little bit better. It holds up a little bit better in shipping, I find, just a tad bit better. But what I love about it is it slices beautifully. When we slice a cinnamon raisin bread, it's like the raisins seem to hold it together. It gives it like a thick, chewy texture. And if you look, even if you don't love raisins, if you happen to just to like them, I find this bread is an excellent toasting bread. Heat up a skillet, get it nice and warm like you would for grilled cheese, put a little butter down on it, or you could slide these in the toaster oven. But you'll find that the bread actually slices really easy, just like you see. You should get 10 full slices out of each loaf. And you'll find that at room temperature, this bread, to be brutally frank with you, I have never had anyone call me up and tell me that the bread went stale. Some people actually leave it out, so it gets a little bit stale, so it makes better French toast. Now, this I'm getting from the QVC community, that they actually let it, sometimes it's a little bit too moist for French toast, so they'll leave it out and so it gets a little bit dried out, so that when they do dip it in the egg for French toast. So let's go through it one more time. Cinnamon bread, you're either going to get the all cinnamon, you're going to get, and that's the most limited, you're going to get the all raisin, or you're going to get the combo of 2 and 2. Anyway, and that's the most popular. Any way you look at it, it's 3 Easy Pays of $13.22. Feature price today is $39.76. Take some of these home. And by the way, there's 4, of course, you know, there's 4 in each box. My recommendation is keep 3 for yourself, give 1 to your neighbor, and bring a smile to the neighborhood. Next up, we have our bars. Can you change the bars, please? So next up is the dessert bar sampler. And the dessert bar sampler is made of my 3 favorite bars.